You lose her the moment you start doing this. Most men think they lose her when she leaves. When she packs her bags. Stops texting. Moves on. But the truth is, you don't lose her in that moment. You lose her slowly. Quietly. In ways you didn't notice. Until she was emotionally gone. It starts when you stop being you, and start becoming who you think she wants. When you give up your boundaries to keep the peace. When you shrink your voice to avoid arguments. When you stop leading and start following, not out of love, but out of fear. Fear of losing her. Fear of being alone. Fear of not being enough. You begin to overthink everything. You send that extra text just to check in. You apologize even when you're not wrong. You cancel your plans just to be available. You say yes when you want to say no. And in doing all that, you send a silent message. That her presence is worth more than your self-respect. And that's the moment she starts to lose attraction. Because the truth is, a woman can't follow a man who doesn't lead himself. In this video, I'm going to break down the behavior that causes most men to lose the woman they love, and how to fix it without begging, chasing, or breaking yourself down. Because if you have to lose your identity to keep her, then what you're fighting for isn't love, it's emotional survival. And that never ends well. The moment you start chasing validation, you start losing her. It happens slowly, almost invisibly. You start measuring your worth by how she reacts. If she texts back fast, you feel confident. If she takes too long, you feel anxious. You base your mood, your peace, your self-esteem, on how she feels about you. That's not love. That's emotional dependency. You go from being a grounded man to a performer. Trying to impress her. Keep her interested. Fixing things that weren't broken, just to avoid rocking the boat. And the problem is, women can feel that shift. They may not say it, but they sense it. She starts to feel like you're orbiting around her. Instead of walking beside her as a man with purpose. You're no longer a leader. You're a responder. She didn't fall for that version of you. She fell for the man who had direction. Who had a backbone. Who had self-respect. But now, you hesitate before speaking. You agree just to avoid conflict. You walk on eggshells because you fear losing her more than you fear losing yourself. And the moment you do that, the moment you start chasing her validation, you've already given away your power. Women may appreciate love, but they're drawn to certainty. To a man who knows who he is, with or without her. Because when you abandon yourself to hold on to her, you're not showing love, you're showing insecurity. And insecurity, no matter how soft you wrap it, never attracts real connection. How to stop chasing her, and lead with respect instead. You don't win her back by trying harder. You don't become more attractive by bending further. You win her back. Or walk away with dignity, by returning to the man you were before the overthinking. Before the fear, before the emotional dependence took over. And that starts with one decision. You stop trying to be loved. And start being someone you love. That means getting back to your structure. Your discipline. Your personal standards. You stop sending 5 texts just to feel okay. You stop making her your emotional center. You stop obsessing over how she feels. And start checking in on how you feel. When you're around her. Do you feel respected? Do you feel seen? Do you feel like the man you promised yourself you'd become? If the answer is no, you don't keep proving yourself. You pull back. You realign. You rebuild. Because here's the truth. When you chase her approval, she loses respect. But when you hold your ground, she leans in, because respect is what sustains attraction. You don't need to become colder. You need to become clearer. Clear about your standards. Your boundaries. Your voice. And whether she stays or leaves, you win. Because the version of you who refuses to abandon himself for love, that man will always attract better. You lose her the moment you lose yourself. She didn't leave because you weren't good enough. She left because you stopped showing up as yourself. You started overthinking. You became passive. You started seeking her permission instead of leading with purpose. And in that moment, whether she said it or not, something shifted. Because no matter how much she loves you, she can't follow a man who's lost in himself. She can't feel safe with someone who second-guesses everything. And she can't be deeply attracted to a man who trades authenticity for approval. But here's the part that most men miss. You don't need her validation to reclaim your power. You just need to return to the man you were before fear took over. Before you made her your purpose. Before you forgot that your worth was never up for negotiation. So stop chasing her. Start choosing you. Because the moment you rebuild yourself, piece by piece, quietly, powerfully, you don't just get her attention. You get your respect back. If this message hit home, like the video. Share it with a man who needs it. And subscribe to Mind of Man, where we don't chase. We evolve.